Hey there, brother. This is Steve with Good Guys to Great Men. I'm back up here at the he shed, she shed. It's been a he shed a lot more than a she shed lately because she doesn't come up here in the wintertime. I want to do a video for you that's going to be a little weird. It's going to be a little different than what I normally do. I don't have it in my tripod. I'm like this because I'm going to try new technology to share something by reversing the camera. Now, this video is about emasculation. This is about the age-old issue of women emasculating men. But the thing in our community with guys, when they say, I'm not getting the intimacy, the love, the attention, the affection, or the sex that I thought I was going to have in my marriage, there's a lot of people out there trying to help guys like us. And so there's this woman out there named Karen Seitz who's been making tons and tons of videos trying to hold women accountable for how to be a happier wife. In fact, her saying is, women, you are the source of your unhappiness. You'll see that in her video. If you've ever wondered, why isn't somebody out there holding women accountable for this? Why isn't somebody telling women what they need to do? You're always telling the men what they need to do. Even in her video, you're going to see she's going to tell you that you need to stop being a victim and do something about this emasculation. She doesn't actually tell you what to do. She just says you need to do it. But if you want a few moments of hearing a woman talk to other women and try to get on them and tell them what they need to start doing differently, I want to share this video with you. I'm going to do something very low tech here and play this video. Here's Karen. Listen to what she says for a couple of minutes.
But that's the reason why your wife has lost interest, is she's emasculated you and she's no longer attracted to you. So you're not going to get her attracted to you by using these tips and tactics that other influencers are teaching. Like you need to build your game back up with your wife, or play hot and cold with her, or build up the tension. That is really bad advice because you're not working on the core issue to begin with. If you've been emasculated and weakened by your wife and you try to have game with her, she is going to annihilate you. If my husband, when we were at this point in our marriage, tried some of these things people are teaching, I would have been a total B. I would have been like, what are you doing? Because we're, again, sadly, from the emasculation, we're repulsed. And a good man who's been emasculated and weakened doesn't have the strength or confidence to do any of the things that these people are teaching you to do. And then they're putting it on you that it's your problem to fix. And we're not dealing with the right issue. Sorry, I get passionate about this because I feel for the men falling for this, and I feel for the women too, because I tried to work on all the technique and strategies with sex, and it just created a giant nightmare. We have to work on the core issue, which is the emasculation. So men, the best strategy for you, for your wife to potentially, there's a 50-50 chance for your wife to potentially re-engage with sex, is don't work on sex. You have to work on what are the weaknesses in me. This is your responsibility part, so you don't become a victim. And good men want this. Good men want a solution. They want to figure this out. They want to strengthen themselves. You have to look at what are the weaknesses in me that allows me to be emasculated by my wife, not for her sake, for you. It's not okay.
You get the point. You get the point. Sorry for the low-tech solution I have for sharing with you what Karen has to say. Now, what she doesn't do is go into this video about how do you stop playing games, right? Stop trying to be nice, right? Buy roses, play hard to get, go no contact, all the crap she's talking about. She's right, doesn't work. How do you become the kind of man who teaches other people, his wife included, how to not abuse him? How not to treat him like a second-class citizen, how not to be treated like a Neanderthal in your marriage. This is what we do in all the Good Guys to Great Men coaching programs and sessions that we have. We're trying to help you find this amused, confident, grounded, self-respecting place to where when emasculation is happening, and I'm going to talk about various types in a second, you see it for what it is. You see it as almost a cartoon, something that, no, I don't do this. I don't do this. This isn't going to happen. But this is hard because you're more afraid of divorce and more afraid of pissing her off than you are afraid of not becoming the man you want to be. You have to become more afraid of not becoming the kind of man who teaches people how to treat him than you are of divorce. Let's talk about some of the most common kinds of emasculation in marriage. Sometimes around sexuality, she's right, we get treated like Neanderthals, like having a sex drive is bad. We should be ashamed of ourselves for waking up with an erection. We should be ashamed and embarrassed by wanting to have her have sex with us, as if we're some Hollywood monster that goes out and abuses women. Marriage is a monogamous, committed, long-term, romantic sexual relationship. By definition, that's what marriage is. You can't have shame for wanting to have sex with your wife. But we do. We're afraid that if we push it, and if we push the narrative that we're making her or controlling her or something like that, that we become a monster. You're so afraid of divorce, you don't want to do things that make you feel like you're doing something wrong. Like, so you go to other things like trying to impress her or take her on dinner dates or go on vacations and have vacation sex. What Karen is trying to tell guys is that you need to have the cojones to stand up to the act of emasculation, insulting you, shaming you for sexuality, for having a sex drive, calling you a pervert, saying that you think about sex too much all the time, telling you that there's something wrong with you, that you're not normal. Sometimes emasculation happens in the form of criticism and name calling, where you're a pussy, right? You're just acting like a big baby. Stop being a baby. Where they try to emasculate you to take away the very nature of manhood, which is a pursuing, penetrating, passionate, direct form of connection. Yes, men love sex for a reason. There are unhealthy ways to do this. You can be a jerk, you can be a dick, you can be an asshole, you can be a table pounding, hole in the wall punching guy who's trying to control women to have sex with you. What I'm trying to tell you in this video, that if you're in a marriage and you're a good man, as she says, if you're a good man and you haven't been a monster, you haven't been abusive and angry and mean and controlling, if you haven't been that guy and you simply want to stop the emasculation game, you're going to have to teach her. You're going to have to shut it down by letting her know that it's not okay. If you get called names, you have to say, you can't do that. That's not okay. That's off limits. And she'll say, who are you to tell me? I say, just say, I'm telling you. I don't call you names. You can't call me names. Sex is not something we should be ashamed of. If she's criticizing you in front of friends at a party or in front of the kids, you have to calmly tell her privately, yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's not going to work for me. You can't do that. You have to stop. That's not healthy. You're going to have to find a way to stand up for yourself in a fearless way where you're less afraid of her getting angry or reacting at you or even divorcing you. You're going to have to find that energy in you, that confidence, that self-respect, that humorous swagger, where when emasculation is happening, what's some of the other stuff? Oh, all men do this. That's another one. All you guys, that's all you guys think about. You guys are nothing but boners. You're just walking, you have two brains. And they're trying to shut down your masculinity and shut down your sexuality. My point here is that this is a game that women do when they're trying to gain distance and control from their husbands. You can't be the kind of husband who endures this, who's going to live 20 more years being emasculated, criticized, shamed, and minimized for simply having sexual desire for your wife. Now, if you want to go deeper in this one-on-one, and if you want to talk about the exact situation that you're in, the words she's using, the context, how she does it, we can talk to you in a consultation call and give you some quick tips how to start teaching her how to treat you better by shutting down emasculation. I want you to apply for a consultation call because we need to nip this in the bud, and you need to get that self-respect and swagger and confidence, and again, that amused grin that this isn't the life you're going to live. You're not going to be emasculated. Let us help you with that so you can do it in a really healthy way that maintains your integrity and your confidence and your self-respect. I hope this helps you, brother. Take care. Bye-bye.